the most you've done on leg extension?
Rep wise?
Yeah, we're not going up that heavy.
Oh, 50? Fooling around with Mo?
150?
No, 50 reps.
No, most weight.
Oh, I don't know, coach. It's been a minute since I went heavy like that.
Well, you're not going that heavy.
Okay.
We're going to go with volume, so you're going to have moderate weight.
Okay. And what does that do?
50 reps. 50 reps, we're not going to worry about going up to 50 reps.
Okay.
We want moderate weight. I don't care if your reps are between 8 and 12 most times, because we're at a point where we're trying to build muscle, the hypertrophy area.
Okay.
So, and that's where we're going. And then we'll do a couple sets where you're going to have resistance against it.
Okay. All
so
right.
Right now, about 2 more sets of warm-ups and increase the weight.
Okay. Coach, how did you even get started in coaching and doing stuff like this and bodybuilding? Like, how did you start with all of this?
Well, I was a power lifter in the Marines for like 5 years.
Okay.
Got out, went to powerlifting meets, won my first meet the day my son was born.
Really?
So while he was being born and I didn't know it, I was out there winning the powerlifting meet.
Oh, wow.
And my best friend here, met him in the gym, in Gold's Gym back home, and he was in the bodybuilding.
Okay.
But he saw me at 165 pounds squatting 410 and pausing at the bottom for reps.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, wow, I need to be strong like you. And I'm like, I need to look like you. So he turns around, we started training together, became roommates. And he got me in my first bodybuilding show. Now, I did okay, but until I got with John Meadows,
Yeah.
I didn't really improve. Come on. No certain number on the warm-up, just, all right.
For your first show, were you intimidated by it?
No, I was so hyped up that I went out there and I was messing up my routine because I was so overflowing with adrenaline that I was just going faster than the music.
Yeah.
Most people are nervous. I was hyped up. I couldn't wait to get out there.
So what got you into coaching?
Okay, this is going to be a working set. You're going to do 3 working sets, 25 reps each.
Okay.
And each time I'm going to increase the weight.
Okay. All right.
Go. 1, 2, 3. I want some blood in there, but this volume, we're doing volume training. We're gonna do some volume training. We're gonna do some time under tension. But I want her legs good and warmed up. I want the rectus femoral. I want this vastus lateralis. I want all that stuff good and warmed up. So when we get over here and we hit on the squat machines and stuff like that, I don't want any part of this cold. I want it all ready to go. That weight's gonna seem extra heavy for that, but this right here, normally I do this when I want to shape somebody's legs.
Okay.
You don't need it.
Okay.
I'm just using this on you to pre-exhaust.
Okay.
Really get some blood in there real good before we go over here and put you on something where your knees are going to be involved a lot.
Okay.
The volume, the amount of volume I want is just getting blood in legs like yours.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do like 3 sets of a particular way that I would normally do on somebody when I'm trying to tear down the muscle fibers and really get some good hypertrophy in there.
Okay. Did you increase it already, or should I do it?
Add 2 plates. Now,
25?
25. Now, your rep range is good. We don't need to like go super fast, but as long as you're not at a monotone pace, you're getting some good reps in there. And it's correct. Her technique is always correct. You're going to see me have to adjust or correct anything very little because her technique is always good. The toes pointed up causes more concentration in this area. Some people point their toes down. Some people go through the range from beginning to end. All that does is they're trying to get a point of focus to really hit on the legs. If you see somebody just swinging, they're not getting anything done. But she comes in, she goes right in, toes pointed up, everything. So she always has a good form on almost everything. I can't say it's all due to me. She does a lot of research and a lot of help over here. All right, we're not going to increase for this one. Just do 25 more reps.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the weight a little bit for your next 3, where I give you a bunch of time under tension with some resistance.
Okay.
Take a couple more seconds. Just we're not in a rush. You're doing this by yourself. Okay. The closer you get to a show, least amount of time you're going to take rest, because we're not just trying to burn intramuscular. I mean, we're not trying to burn subcutaneous fat. We're also trying to, get rid of any fat water you're holding, intramuscular water. Most of that visceral and intramuscular comes from your diet.
Remember that, guys, diet.
Diet is #1 thing. You can't even get striated glutes if you ain't dieting hard. You can do all the glute machines and everything you want, but if you ain't dieting hard, you ain't gonna see a glute. You ain't gonna see a glute muscle at all. All right, take a good rest, because what we're gonna do next, you're gonna do 3 full reps.
Okay.
Then you're gonna do 3 reps where each rep you come up, I'm gonna push down as hard. Well, I'm gonna push down, but you're gonna kick up as hard as you can. 5-second count each. So you're gonna do 3 reps, 3 reps where I'm holding it for 5-second counts. 3 more reps. You're gonna go 3 cycles for one.
Okay. So 3.
All right. So give me 3 full reps.
9. Okay.
And then you're gonna go 3 reps where I'm giving you resistance, and you're gonna kick up as hard as you can. Time under tension.
Okay.
So 3 full reps. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now kick up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. 1, 2. Kick up hard. 3, 4, 5. Come on. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Give me 3 reps. Boom. 2, 3. Here we go again. Come on. Kick up. Kick up. You got it. 1, 2. Hard. 3, 4, 5. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. One more. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Wrap it up.
1, 2, 3. Shit. Woo.
They're the foundation of everything. You stand on stage in a bodybuilding show, you can have the best upper body you want. Let your legs be lacking, and you can use that. You can lose that show to somebody who has a good pair of legs and their upper body is lacking. It's probably one of the best foundations for a physique. I was always bottom heavy myself, but I still managed to place high and win shows because I had a great set of legs on me. Not sure why the judges really like it like that, but me personally, I'm a leg person. So you have an upper body full of muscle and no legs. The average person, except for some guys with egos, just usually don't like that look. But have a good set of legs on you, it's actually impressive. But it will have a better chance of winning shows for you. People say shows are won from the back, and a lot of people get confused thinking that just means having a good back. Nah, that's a good pair of legs, so you want your hamstrings and your glutes showing really good as well. Yeah, because it's okay if you want to represent a brand, be it your own or somebody else's brand. The issue with that is you got a lot of people so quick to want to be somebody in the industry. They don't want to take the time, put in the work, make themselves a brand. They want to be a part of something so bad. They go in and now they're telling everybody that they're a sponsored athlete. You're not a sponsored athlete if you're not getting that product for free. They're not paying a paycheck. They're not paying for airfare or hotel to one of your shows. Sponsored athletes get paid that. Everybody else is an ambassador, which means you got a code, you're getting a certain amount off. There is nothing wrong with being an ambassador if you know and let everybody know that that's what you are. I mean, unfortunately, Instagram and social media has made a lot of people fake to who they are, what they're doing.
This is true.
Just be true to your brand. If you're an ambassador and you're getting 10% and use my code, You're an ambassador. Be proud of that. But don't go telling people that you're a represented sponsored athlete and you're not, because if you gotta pay anything out your pocket,
You're not a sponsored
you're not a
athlete.
sponsored athlete.
I didn't see any
You're a
type
paying
of
representative.
a sponsorship type of deal. Shout out to my sponsors, Evo Suits by B, Miss Body Bling, Dr. Palmer's Weight Loss Center down in Warner Robins, Georgia. Shout out to all those people. Evo Suits by B came to me last year when I applied for her sponsorship program, and I actually was accepted into her program. I've noticed the one thing with sponsors, when they do select people, they follow your Instagram. They've been following you for a while on social media. And they may not be following you just because of your greatness and what you got going on. They want to see how you respond and react with other people. So if there's just a whole bunch of foulness on your page and you don't know how to go uplift other people and to just be an all-around good sport, they're not gonna want to pick you up. Because at the end of the day, you're representing their brand, and that's how they make their money. So if you're gonna be messy and causing drama and have conflict and mess on your page all the time, they're not gonna want you messing up their money. So they're not gonna pick you when it comes to having a sponsorship. Also, when it comes to sponsorships and things of that nature, they're gonna want you to advertise and they're gonna want you to post. This isn't a way for you to just get free stuff. Just know these sponsors do see you up under each and every other brand's page saying, ooh, I like this, ooh, I like that, ooh, this, that, and that. You know, they look at that. Loyalty is deep when it comes to a sponsorship. They want to know that at the end of the day, the whole year they're giving you products and services that they could be making money off of for free. And you have to be able to advertise and represent them well. So that's what I've learned from the sponsorships that I have from my suit sponsor. I know that suit last year that Bethany made for me. That suit, Coach, what you think that suit? That could have been almost $1,000 suit.
That was an expensive suit.
Oh, Coach. So it's more of a conversation. But yeah, that suit that Bethany made for me, that had to be almost $1,000 suit. And me and her literally worked together for a couple of months. I gave her an idea. I'm a big Marvel fan, so Marvel comic book fan. A lot of my suits will be based on Marvel comics. So I sit down, I think of the picture, and I let her do her thing. I try not to be all up in her grill. What's my suit looking like? What's this? What's that? She's the one that's creative. She's the one that's been gifted with the talent of being able to create suits. So I let her do her thing. She'll send me sketches back, and we'll just go back and forth from there. So if you're ever looking for a suit throughout the year, whether it's posing suits or your actual show suit, Evo Suits by B is my sponsor, and she's amazing. She's based out of North Dakota. She also understands as a woman what it is to compete because she competes herself. So she knows what a suit should look like, how it should fit, how it should be tailored to your body. I got so excited when I got the sponsorship, but anything that I have as an athlete, the first person I go to and I try to get their opinion and their approval, because I'm also representing his brand, is my coach. So I'll send a contract or I'll mention it to him and I ask him for his critique and his advice on what I should do. Because at the end of the day, in the overall picture, I do represent the Fit to Flex brand.
On her specific brand?
Being that you got history in doing this, what's her next step in
Well, growing your brand, it has a whole lot to do with following. Now, right now, she's basically following all the right paths. She's being meticulous about who she deals with when it comes to people wanting her to represent their brand, this, that, and the other. You can't build your brand as big as you want it if you spend most of your time representing everybody else's brand. That's why, even though she's part of the Fit to Flex fam, I'm not mad when she mainly talks about her brand and everything she's doing, because hindsight 2020, she's still representing me, but she has to build her brand. So just because she's not always Fit to Flex this, Fit to Flex that, it has nothing to do with her abandoning my brand. I'm that person. I actually do this because it's what I like to do. I'm not out here looking for athletes and stuff like that. I didn't do it for all that. So every now and then I get an athlete I want to help. I'll go ahead and help them. But she's trying to build a brand. She's slowly making her way. She's hitting every level.
And all she can do to make it better is just keep that focus. Don't allow a lot of negativity to cast a dark shadow on your brand, because she's actually representing several brands. She's representing the NPC, the IFBB. She's representing a lot of brands. So she's got to be careful about what she says and does. Even I have to be careful about what I say and do. And I'm like her. I have no filter. I'll say stuff. So, and when I do that, because I can be a hypocrite saying stuff, and guess who I'll get a call from or a text from and be like, Coach. And I'll be like, okay, you're right. I'm gonna take it down. So, I'm not above being criticized, even by my own athletes, because sometimes I do that. But I gotta watch it most of the time, because I can affect her brand. And that can affect. We all have a bunch of judges, promoters,
And
people
all it takes is a phone call or a screenshot.
Just takes
one. And it's gonna literally travel through the whole bodybuilding community. People are gonna see this, they're gonna know, oh, you're that girl that posted that when they see you backstage. Those types of things affect you, so you have to watch what you say. You gotta think about it. You don't see your top competitor athletes posting foolishness on their page for a reason. They represent the IFBB. And that is a big deal for them to be able to continue on at the top level, and I'm trying to get there. So you have to understand certain things that's coming your way, as far as people may think you train in a certain way that they don't agree with, or the way people think that you should carry yourself. You can't worry about that. You gotta let that roll off, because when you get to the top, it's more of that gonna be said than what you getting at the bottom level.
And that's where a lot of people, because she's trying to build a brand, anything can affect it negatively. So there's a lot of people. Everybody's an expert in this industry.
Yes.
So you talk to 20 people, you're gonna get 20 people all saying the other people are wrong.
You win one show, everybody done became a coach.
So I had to tell another one of my top athletes when I was told this, but I had to tell her also. But when people respond negative to their posts, don't respond back, because I had a habit of doing it. But you don't leave it on there also. Don't leave their negative comment on there. Take it off, and keep moving, because anything can be viewed as negative. So you say something back to them, there's conflict on that. That can be taken the wrong way. Her brand is taking off and is rolling. She's putting in the work, so nothing's being given to her. Anything she can do to help build it more, she's already doing. She just got to be patient with it.
That's
It's safe to say that your body is your product.
Yes. Yes, and I am very self-conscious about how I handle myself when it comes to dieting and exercise and things of that nature, in season and in off season. Off season, for any athlete who doesn't understand, off season is the most important season of a bodybuilding season year, if you put it that way. That's when you're building your muscle. That's when you're perfecting your form up under any body fat and normalizing your body back from a show prep. So it's important to stay on point. You can't go out and eat a whole bunch of junk. Now, you don't have the strictness of being up under a caloric deficit, which is just being up under a certain amount of calories within the day for peak performance. You don't have that so much being strict, but it shows your true discipline when you can follow a meal plan to a T in your off season, because your body is going to tell the story when you start cutting weight and shedding fat. You're going to see, okay, well, I was full here and all that was fat you put on because you decided to eat that pizza and that ice cream versus just doing the sweet potatoes in that steak, or that broccoli and brown rice and chicken. We all got choices. You know what level you want to be on when it comes to being a competitor. So you got to do what pro level competitors do: sacrifice and maintain discipline.
And I'll agree to that, because on the off season, I always use her and my other top athlete as a good example, because when I say they do everything I tell them to do, they do everything I tell them to do. When I first took her on, I needed her to do certain stuff to get her in shape. We had a disconnect in the beginning, but once we found that connection, boom, she rolled right in that show. She was ready for that show 7 weeks before. But the biggest point was the off season, because now she wants to be a pro. I told her she needed to eat the calories. Your calorie deficit, when you go to prep for a show, you're talking about the same thing when you're trying to put on muscle. If you can't stick with them calories, you have to increase the calories. We're talking about good calories, predominantly carbohydrates, and the right ones. You got to control insulin output. You got to control all kind of stuff. But without calories, you're not going to build muscle. I don't care what you take. You're not going to build any muscles without calories. When I first gave her them calories first time, ooh, coach, this is a lot. Now, she's always hungry. I feed her all the calories. She always, why? Her body built to it. I told her this time around after going pro, you know, she wanted to go bodybuilding. Well, you need bigger arms. She worked for it. She got them. And people are like, well, that's kind of fast. That's because she didn't slack. She
That's
ate
what a lot of
all the
people
calories
fail to
every day.
Think about it, coach, and that's my brand. Wherever Monique is with the sweatshirt on, I talk about that all the time. It doesn't matter what you take, or don't ask me what I take. Ask me what it takes, because at the end of the day, you can be taking the whole medicine cabinet, but if you come in here with a mediocre work ethic, it ain't gonna work.
Nope.
You're gonna be spinning your wheels. I've seen so many people that can probably take the whole medicine cabinet and don't look like nothing because they don't go in and put the work ethic to match what they take.
There's a
at
lot
the
of
end
things
the day.
involved. There's a lot of things involved with you gaining muscle. There's so many things involved with you gaining muscle. Now, people only look at, oh, I got to lift the weights and I got to eat the food. You have no idea about the normal GH levels being produced out of your pituitary. Is your pancreas cranking out enough insulin? You don't think about all those things you need. Half of them, when it comes to burning body fat, don't even think about the fact that your fat cells produce leptin. You have leptin receptors that, and what that does is at a certain point you get full. That's your body fat producing leptin that's telling your receptors that, okay, I'm full. So a lot of people obese, sometimes they have that missing, so they're always hungry. There's a whole lot of things that have to do with managing body fat and things like that, and people don't think about. So when we're telling people, us coaches are telling people, and even some of these top athletes are telling people, eat your food, it's necessary. You need all that stuff to keep functioning. One thing off, trust me, everything's strong.
So, coach, when's the first time you ever noticed me? Like, before I even got to you, like, how? How did you know who I was?
Your old trainer, Julius.
Uh-huh.
I saw some of the people he was training. You stood out because of your legs.
My legs.
But then, as I was coaching him, he would talk to me about you, send me pics, and all I would tell him is, man, you get her in shape, she ain't gonna be able to get beat.
Yeah.
And that's all I kept telling him, because you had the whole foundation and everything for what you need to do to win, go pro. Because I even told him that you would go pro. I told him that.
Yeah.
Because I saw it. And I was right. You just needed to be on the right plan to bring you in.
Take on your first athlete and say, hey, I'm gonna do this?
Were you talking about way back then?
Yeah.
Well, because I saw how well the guy I was training with that was coaching me was doing, and I wanted to be able to be like him. I didn't want to just be a bodybuilder. I wanted to actually be able to coach people and help them, but I waited until I got enough knowledge, because he mentored everything I know, pretty much 99% I got from John Meadows. He mentored me as he was going along, sat me down for hours, just went over stuff, talked, encouraged me to do research, blah, blah, blah. And one of my very first competitors, Maria,
I was working with a guy, Manuel, didn't decide to coach him, and I was like, she would win figure shows, and he went and told her she had just came to this country, didn't speak English, and she came running up saying, I want to train, I want to train. And that was my very first champion in figure.
That was when? Back in when?
That was like 17 years ago.
Damn. That's a while. All right.
All right, now.
12 more?
Yep, we're gonna do 12 more. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop off 2 plates, and then I'm gonna have you go almost to failure. Not quite, but almost.
Okay.
Said I'm trying to bring your concentration, because the wider your stance, the more you're gonna hit adductors. You always got secondary and third muscle groups involved. Your quads are always gonna work, your hamstrings and glutes are always gonna work.
Okay.
Your wider stance is gonna hit the adductor area. The only area I think you're a little shallow in, and we need to bring up. Then,
It's my adductor area.
right, so bringing your
agree.
legs in, I wanna bring that focus more around over here.
All right.
But these are gonna go close to failure. This is your last set.
Okay.
I just want you to rep.
It's a drop set?
Yeah, no, you're just
No.
gonna rep up close to failure. Not quite. You don't wanna go to failure on legs like that when you got weights sitting on you.
Okay.
Come on,
Right there?
that's good. As long as it's not bothering your knees, that's important. Just rep. Don't even worry about going rock bottom. Just rep. Come on. Good. 6, there you go. 7, come on. 8, come on, keep going. 9, come on. 10, come on. 12, come on. 13, come on. Come on. 15. You got it, come on. I still see 5, come on. 5, you got some more, come on. You got some more, you got some more. I see it, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's on my back.
Okay,
My lower back.
that's okay. That's right at the point we need to be. Take all that off. Now,